Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast, the weekly podcast about video games with news, reviews, analysis, and opinion. Keeping you up to date on how to wisely spend your money for video games, movies, RPGs, comics, books, and more for over 16 years. Find us online at gamersledge.com. And now, your hosts.
So I'm here with Jason Brenner, and Jason is the brand manager of Upper Decks
Entertainment Properties.
There we go. And you guys have announced that you're relaunching Versus.
Yes.
And how's the response been so far?
Really good. And I'll be honest, you're really confusing. A lot of people didn't expect it, and a lot of people still don't know exactly what we've done here. So let me take a minute to explain that.
Fantastic.
All right. So from the beginning, let me be real clear. We're using Gencon as a kind of a preview test market because no other place in the world is as good to do it as Gencon. And the reason we're doing it is for years, and I've been around this company since 2003, lived through the whole Versus up and down and everything, and all the passionate fans who have always said, man, it's canceled. When are you bringing it back? When are you doing it? And we really haven't had a good answer for several years. And now, we've been talking back home. We really want to make people happy. And we know one way to do that is to try to bring the game back. Now, there's no official, it's live forever. We're going to do this. We're using this as a test market. It looks like it's going pretty well. So all signs are pointing good right now. But if we do bring it back, it's going to be slightly different in the fact that we're not going to be a booster pack TCG model that we did back in the day. It's not going to be a blind purchase, more of a master set with expansions, but that's still going to allow people to, buy what they want, put their decks together the way they want to, and then come to the table and, my constructed deck is still going to be, hopefully it beats your constructed deck. So it's not going to just be one style, like you have the style, I have the same style. Hopefully my, cards come up better in my deck than they do in yours. It's going to be, I have this giant card pool to choose from. I'm going to build what I want based on, Marvel properties and some other stuff we're going to be, potentially adding in there. And it's just going to be a cool, I think, mix of stuff that we weren't able to do before because it was strictly Marvel and DC. And we're not really limited by that anymore.
So one of the questions I know is going to come up is the sets that are being released at Gen Con are all at this point reprints.
Yes, it's X-Men, Brotherhood, and Sentinels in that box.
Again, I understand it's still theoretical at this point.
Yeah.
But if it moves forward, are you going to be looking at producing new cards as well?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes, there will not And this is another part of the confusion point that I spoke to, and I understand that because you know what, we did this so under the radar on purpose, mind you, because we really just wanted to unveil it and have people's minds go zap. What just happened? What did they just do? What's going on? And I think that was really the way to do it because I didn't want anybody to start speculating before they even got to the show. I wanted them to come here, ask questions in person, on the forums that we can immediately get back to and things like that. And the fans honestly have been great here. They've been, hey, this is amazing. I didn't know you guys were doing this, but I need to know what this means. So hopefully, we're trying to get that message out. But through guys like yourself, we did reprint stuff from Marvel Origins for this show just to get it done. This was a real quick
test the waters, and we didn't have time to create new content, but I wanted to have something, instead of just announcing it and saying, hey, we're going to do it, I wanted to have something people could take away with them and show that we're kind of serious about it. To your question, yes, we do want to make new content. It won't just be reprints of old stuff with a new logo and here, buy that, because we know people already have all that. And while, some people will be like, hey, it's great, it's new, we don't want to just sit on the same old cards. We want to add fresh content, mixed in with some of the new, but design it in a way that it makes sense when you open the box. You're not going to get cards that people didn't like or people don't want. One of the things that I'm happy about in this set, and people should know, it is X-Men, Brotherhood, and Sentinels, but the X-Men deck was literally put together by one of the original designers, Danny Mandel, and he made the X-Men fun. He made the X-Men like a good X-Men deck. So in that box, while I say it's X-Men, it's an X-Men deck that's been crafted specifically to be usable and fun.
So for the millions of people who can't make it to Gencon,
yes.
I do realize it's still a test
Yeah.
market, but if all goes well here, do you guys have a timeline for when you might roll it out to retailers?
If we do this, it's going to be a 2015 initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be this year. And the reason is, man, I just don't want to have it get screwed up again.
Absolutely.
We want to do it right and make sure we're doing the right presentation, make sure we put the right components in there, and make sure we give enough cards to where when people open up that first box, they go, wow, man, there's a lot of content. I have a lot of choices. I can build a lot of different styles of decks. So immediately, you know, if one person buys it, they can open it up and immediately play with somebody else and build a variety of decks and just have a lot of fun. We want to make sure, and I want to be also clear on this, the Versus system engine is unchanged. We are not touching it. It's still a two-player game. It has nothing to do with Legendary or anything else we're doing at Upper Deck. It's the Versus system. The only thing that's going to change potentially is the way we're presenting it to the consumer and the content that we're providing. That's it. The game engine, untouched, man.
So hopefully the next answer will also be untouched, and that is tournament play support, extended art cards, play mats. Is there an idea for what that structure could look like?
Yes, absolutely. There is an idea, and there's not an executed plan in place at the moment.
Sure.
I don't think there would be, you know, in the essence of transparency, I don't think it's going to be another pro circuit, $1 million pro circuit per year. I just don't think it's going to happen because, you know, by my recollection, we went down that path and the game went away.
Right.
So if we did it again, I kind of feel like we'd be making the same mistakes twice. And I say that, you know, on one hand, and in the same hand, I understand that there's people out there that go, but that's what we want. Well, we do want to provide an OP presence for this game. I understand very well, being an OP guy, you know, that there has to be organized play for Versus to work. It just isn't going to be that same exact pro circuit that we had before. It's going to be a different style of OP. Probably more grassroots, probably more local game store centric, with major tournaments around the major conventions like Gencon. So while it may not be the road to Gencon, there will be local game store stuff and then a big tournament at Gencon. So you can still come and play, still bring your constructed deck, still play against the 2,000 other players who are going to be here as well for the tournament and have a good time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else that you can think of that... any perhaps?
I mean, we have a long road ahead of us if we decide to, you know, lay out this plan that, you know, I have in my head. You know, it's going to be a long road. We are not the same company that we were in 2008. Mm-hmm. We're a completely different organization. We really listen to what players have to say, and anybody who follows Legendary knows that for a fact. We took that game, we launched it, we listened to what people had to say, we changed it, we morphed it, we added elements that people wanted, and quite frankly, it's become one of the you know, most renowned games in this industry. I mean, people love it. All over I can't walk 15 feet in this hall without someone saying something great about Legendary. And I'm happy about that. I want to have that same relationship with the Versus players. And new and old. So I want this game to be fun for new players. I want it to be respectful enough to where seasoned players such as yourself can pick it up and go, man, they did right by Versus. That's the ultimate goal. So it ain't going to, you know, maybe everyone is going to like every piece of it, but I just want people to know that it's going to be something for everyone.
So one of the other questions, actually, that somebody posed to me on the forums was, I know this initial set's Marvel, and I know that you guys are looking at bringing in other properties as well. Is there a chance we could see a revival of the DC side as well?
Well, there's always a chance.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the door is never shut on that.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Any other last thoughts, or?
God, you know, this is a great experience so far. People loved it. I mean, I hope we can continue on.
I hope so too.
Yeah, you know, we're going to be very vocal
on as much as we can on boards, and if anybody has any questions, they can always come up to us at any show and ask. And now it's not taboo to talk about Versus, so we're happy to do it, and ask away.
Great, perfect. Thank you very much.
Anytime.